Hey guys, it's Alex Hamilton, YouRise Education. We're standing here outside the Rackham School of Graduate Studies at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. And today we're going to be showing you all around the beautiful campus that we have here for you today. That's what you came to see. It's what you're going to get. Let's get into it. Founded in 1817, the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor is one of the nation's oldest public universities. In addition to undergraduate programs, the university contains Law School Business, Law School, and Medical School, all of which are highly ranked programs. The University of Michigan is a huge campus, and today we're going to be looking at the south and central areas, which contain most of the academics as well as some of the athletic areas. Here we are coming up on Mosher Jordan Hall, and in front of that, Palmer Field. Mosher Jordan, or Mojo as it's known by most students, is a first-year residence hall that houses roughly 400 students. In addition to the residence hall, there's a dining hall, as well as some other facilities that students can enjoy. Their pizza is spot on. A short distance away, we have the University of Michigan Medical Center. Now, as we touched on earlier, the University of Michigan is not only renowned for its undergraduate programs, but for its graduate programs as well. Those who attend the University of Michigan Medical Center are going to be able to not only gain classroom knowledge that'll help them become better doctors in the future, but also access to hands-on research and clinical work to ensure that they have the patient interaction skills needed to thrive in today's medical world. Many University of Michigan medical students, as well as other graduate students and upperclassmen, will live off campus. The nice thing about Ann Arbor is it's a booming town, so there are plenty of new, up-and-coming apartments to choose from. Here we have the Hoover and Green, newly constructed and not even opened apartments that epitomize the kind of off-campus experience you can have at Ann Arbor. A few minutes away is the Institute of Continuing Legal Education, part of the highly ranked University of Michigan Law School system. And from there, we're going to go and see one of the University of Michigan and Ann Arbor's greatest landmarks. Here we are in South Campus, and this is it. Michigan Stadium, the Big House, the largest stadium in the Western Hemisphere. The University of Michigan Wolverines play in the Big Ten Conference, which is the oldest Division I athletic conference in the United States. Here at the Big House, you'll find well over 100,000 guests attending every single home game of the season. Back on Central Campus, you'll find the Munger Graduate Residences, and what you'll notice here is that Ann Arbor has a lot of tall buildings. The university contains around 30,000 undergraduate students and 15,000 graduate students, so they've done a really great job of accommodating everyone with new, modern, pleasant living spaces. Here in North Quad, we have the Departments of Communication and Information-Based Sciences, and across the street is the Department of Languages. All along the street, you'll find a lot of cool little restaurants and hangout spots. And where we're going to now is Nichols Arcade, which is one of the premier areas of the Ann Arbor campus where students go to just have fun after studying. Throughout the arcade, you'll find restaurants, boutiques, snack shops, whatever, and it gives a really nice, lively charm to the city. On the other side of the arcade is Tower Plaza, and this is the tallest building in Ann Arbor. There are condominiums here, so students can live there as well. And you can actually see the city of Detroit from the top of the building, which is kind of cool. One of the things that doesn't get talked about a whole lot is the University of Michigan's connections with the surrounding community. So you'll find many students who actually do volunteering or internship in the greater Detroit area. So Detroit's home of the American auto industry, and at the same time, there are many underprivileged people who live in the area. So oftentimes Wolverines will go and volunteer to serve their communities. Speaking of community, here we have some other cool shops. We have pizza, we have haircuts. Whatever it is, Ann Arbor will suit your needs. Another cool thing about Ann Arbor is that it's a very historic town. So in addition to the modern buildings that you're going to find around the university campus, you're also going to see some older buildings. Like here we have the First Congressional Church of Ann Arbor, and it adds a whole nother layer of depth to the city. Now we're heading towards what is arguably the heart of the University of Michigan campus, and that is the Diag. The Diag is one of the largest quads on campus, and since the university has about 1,400 clubs, you'll find here students from all different sorts of organizations hosting barbecues, hosting dances, doing fundraisers, all sorts of fun events, and you're never going to have a boring time here on the Diag. This is Angel Hall, one of the most famous academic buildings on campus. You could tell from the Greco-style columns and architecture that there's a lot of history here, and this department is what holds the philosophy and classics courses. Across the street is the University of Michigan School of Kinesiology, another highly ranked program. Here we are strolling along Ingalls Mall, and you'll notice the Burton Memorial Tower, and across from that, on the other side of the quad, is Michigan League, which contains the University Ballroom. Across the street, we have the Rackham School of Graduate Studies, where we started our tour. And if you attend the University of Michigan as a graduate student, you'll spend a lot of time here for administrative and logistical purposes. Not too far, here we have the M-Den, the perfect place for your style needs at the University of Michigan. Whether you're looking at academic-related clothing or athletic apparel, you're going to find all of it here at the M-Den. The University of Michigan has one of the most renowned athletic programs in the United States, especially regarding football and basketball. So here you'll find all sorts of memorabilia, apparel, and cool souvenirs that commemorate the Wolverines. It's pretty well known that Ann Arbor gets freezing in the wintertime. There's a lot of snow. But fortunately, at the M-Den, you'll find all of your outerwear needs met. Whatever the temperature is, you'll be looking sharp in your maize and blue. Now, around 12 to 15% of undergraduates at the university are international. And that's really significant considering that this is a state school that reserves spots for Michigan State residents. However, the university does a great job of welcoming all of its international students to make sure that Ann Arbor is home for them. And that's just one reason why the University of Michigan is such a popular choice, including among international and out-of-state students. Each of the 4 years that I've been involved in educational consulting, I've helped students gain admission to the University of Michigan Ann Arbor. And one of the aspects that really drives students to apply to the University of Michigan is the fact that it is the complete package when it comes to the university experience. Very rarely will you find this combination of academics and athletics, of research and internships, of on and off campus opportunities for learning. That being said, the University of Michigan is a very competitive school, especially considering it's a public university. Overall, you have less than 1/4 of students gaining admittance every year. This is why the essay portion is so critical. For the University of Michigan, you have 2 essays. You have a 300-word community essay, and you have the 550-word Why Michigan essay. Let's take a look at the community essay first. So what you'll see is that we have the space to talk about a community that's important to you as well as your contributions to it. With that freedom, you could choose to talk about something related to school or not related to school. You could talk about a student club or organization that you've been involved in, such as volunteering, such as a race or ethnic affinity group. These are all things that you could use to discuss here. Or in your more personal life, if there's a religious community that's important to you, you can mention that here as well. The important thing to do here is to not only talk about how and why this community is important to you, but to also explain what contributions you have made to it. If you're part of a race or ethnic affinity group, talk about how you have furthered conversations on race in your community. Similarly, if you've been involved in a volunteering group, then talk about what exactly you've done to help make the world around you a better place. In addition, there's the 550-word Why Michigan essay. Here it is. Looking at this, you'll see that there's a lot of material that we can talk about. 550 words is normally the type of length devoted to essays of the Ivy League. However, as we've seen in this tour, there's a lot of material that you could talk about regarding Michigan. One thing you definitely want to emphasize here is the research opportunities, especially because the University of Michigan, being a state school and one of the largest in the country, receives so much funding for all sorts of research. In addition, I encourage you to think about some of the professors, courses, and clubs that you could find on the University of Michigan website that interest you. You could then connect those resources to how you hope to embrace life at the University of Michigan. If you want to study engineering, then talk about some of the renowned professors at Michigan who will help you do so. If you want to study a foreign language, talk about one of Michigan's many study abroad programs. And that's about it. So guys, let me know what you think about this video and comment down below what types of other tours and videos would you like me to do. Keep me updated and I'll keep you guys in the loop. That's all for now. Thanks a ton. Subscribe for more and I'll see you guys in the next one.